So I've rented a Kia Soul and I'm about to head to Thompson, Manitoba, about 8 hours up the road. So we'll see how this goes. Definitely glad to be leaving the old beater behind over here and replacing it with a car that only has 300 miles on it. So brand new vehicle. Definitely got a long way to go here. 761 kilometers, 8 hours and 3 minutes.
My third consecutive day of driving would take me from Winnipeg, Manitoba, north to the city of Thompson. From there, I would board the Via Rail service north to the town of Churchill, Manitoba, on the shores of Hudson Bay. From Winnipeg, I would head north on Manitoba Highway 6, passing through the beautiful Interlake Region of Manitoba.
So it is a very long way to the north of Manitoba, 736 kilometers from here to Thompson, which is my ultimate destination for this evening. Beautiful views of the prairies pretty much all around me, but that's gonna be gone very quickly as I head into the boreal forest of northern Manitoba. All right, I've made it to Lake Manitoba, which is one of the massive inland oceans in the center of Manitoba. This person does not want us to be near their property, so I can't really get to the lake at this point because all of these houses have private beaches. Really beautiful color coming off the lake today. Alright, gonna get back on the road here. I did cut my hand on the drone. It had a little bit of a mishap. Wind gust sent it flying off the top of the car. Let's get going. I've made it to the Canada Goose statue in Lundar, Manitoba, about an hour and a half outside of Winnipeg. Still have about 6 hours or so to go before I make it to Thompson. So a lot of driving ahead of me today. I can't pass up a roadside attraction. Just passing through the village of Ashern now. And here is the largest sharptail, another one of the random roadside attractions that you'll find all over central Canada. This is definitely remote on the level of, I would say, northern Alberta, far northern Alberta, around the high level area, pushing the Northwest Territories. Reminds me a lot of the drive from high level to Yellowknife in the Northwest Territories. So very remote for sure. Not a lot of towns, villages, or communities at all out here at this point. Getting very close to Grand Rapids, just across the halfway point of my journey right now with 4 hours to go to Thompson, Manitoba. Not a lot going on out here. Grand Rapids, Manitoba. So it was not possible to travel to this part of Manitoba up until about a few weeks ago, I think late June. So there is no mandatory 14-day quarantine any longer, and tourists are able to travel north of the 53rd parallel, which is where I am right now. Grand Rapids is pretty much the entry point of northern Manitoba, and from here it is a long empty road to Thompson, and then from there via train to Churchill and the shores of the Hudson Bay. So it should be a very cool trip. I'm looking forward to it. This is one of the only gas stations along the route, so decided to stop and get some gas just to be safe. Well, here is the crossing in Grand Rapids, Manitoba. I'm gonna try to get my drone up in the air for some shots. roads turn to gravel here. Well, this was at one point a gas station, but it looks like it has been pretty much since abandoned. Talks about a motel and a restaurant, but there is nothing to be seen around here. So I'm glad I don't need gas, and I'm glad that I didn't wait past Grand Rapids, because I would not have got gas then and have been potentially stranded on the highway. All right, made it to Pisew Falls, which is reported to be Manitoba's most beautiful waterfall, apart from another one that I can't remember the name of that involves a very long hike. Making my way down to the waterfall, I can hear it very clearly. Quite an incredible sight. The mosquitoes are out in full force right now though, but other than that, it is an absolutely beautiful place. Very cool. So this is located about 75 kilometers south of Thompson, right along the highway. Very easy to walk down here too. It only took about 2 or 3 minutes. Pretty incredible waterfall. You can see the Canadian Shield there popping right out on the right. Alright, I've officially arrived in Thompson, Manitoba. This is the largest city in the north of Manitoba and about the 4th or 5th largest in the province as a whole. Safely at the Best Western for the night, and I will see you in the morning. One of the very few hotels that are still serving hot breakfast at this point. Alright, I've checked out of the Best Western Hotel and Suites here in Thompson. I'm going to go return the rental car now. You can see there's some beautiful murals all around Thompson. Some pretty impressive art everywhere here. You can see the wolf painting, it's beautiful. Really cool wolf carvings attached to the side of the hill here. Well, Thompson is clearly the wolf city. There are wolves pretty much everywhere around here. Different forms of art, very cool. I have been here before, so I'm not going to hit up the museum or anything else because I have seen that. I was here about 10 years ago. My goal really is not to sightsee, but to shop and to make sure that I have everything I need for my time in Churchill, because it is quite isolated and also very expensive up there. Very similar to Yellowknife in terms of vibe. The city is not without its social problems. It does have kind of a down and out feel to it, definitely. I mean, there's like a couple of guys basically sleeping drunk out of their mind under a tree. They have Robin's Donuts here. You don't really find any more in Western Canada. They were very big up until about the 90s, and then they phased out. Tim Hortons just posed too strong of a competition for them out west, I suppose. In terms of city planning, it's actually quite a weird city. It's basically a collection of malls and shopping centers, strip malls and so forth, surrounded by homes. Heading over to the train station now. I only got about an hour until check-in, so I'm going to try to get some dinner though, because there is no food service on the train right now. Just getting ready to board the train to Churchill, Manitoba now. Churchill? Churchill. Thank you. All right, on board the train from Thompson to Churchill, Manitoba. All right, bathroom tour. It's pretty much the economy class situation. Hand sanitizer. And with the travel restrictions right now, limit one person per 2 seats, so lots of room for me today.
It's definitely not bad in terms of leg room.
Hey, can you do this?
After about an hour, we are finally rolling out of Thompson Station.
Yes, could you please take a few minutes to familiarize yourself with the safety pamphlet located in seat pockets friendly and make notes of the emergency exit located in your car.
From Thompson, I would head 550 kilometers north to the town of Churchill on the Manitoba coast on Hudson Bay. The journey would take a full 16 hours to traverse due to the poor conditions of the railway. We would travel at an average speed of just 35 kilometers per hour across the bog and muskeg of the Manitoba subarctic.
So it's going to be about a 16-hour train ride north to Churchill. The train moves incredibly slow. It's probably going about 30 or 40 kilometers an hour, so hence the eternity to get there. So this train will wind up through northern Manitoba to Gillam. It's kind of the end of the roadway, the highway system. And then from there, it's across bogs and muskeg all the way north to Churchill. Just got off the train here in Churchill, Manitoba. Gonna be heading to my hotel here in a few seconds to drop all these bags off and then get the afternoon beluga whale and fort tour to the Fort of Prince of Wales across the harbor. This is the Churchill, Manitoba railway station. I believe the railway line was finished in 1933. Gonna head over to my hotel.